again, to promote this cool book right here. Hope you can read in your own time. You'll be able to take a look at this. But what my friend Charles the Great was saying is I should try to do at least like a one-page read along for this thing a day, and then just if I do that, then maybe I'll be able to keep track of what I'm doing and not get completely lost. And now that I can do live streams, I can just live stream the stuff and not have to worry about posting it to the internet. And that's an extra step. That's an extra step. There's always an extra step, isn't there? Anyway, if you guys saw the fight between, I think it was DK Wu and Bradley, you already know that his kung fu didn't really work so well, and the reason for that also is, if you've ever tried to break a board, if you ever tried to break a coconut, you know that the second you put on a glove, right? You put on a boxing glove, suddenly you're not able to move your wrist freely, you're not able to aim with your fingers, so on and so forth. And so most of your one-inch punches, right, that should break through stuff, now it's super padded, and you're trying to do that in a boxing match, and it just didn't work out for him. He was like, but why aren't my punches working? Well, maybe because you're wearing gloves, and now your wrist can't move and all that stuff, and now, like, if your regular power is like 100% and you put gloves on, now your power is maybe like 30, if you're lucky, if you're really that strong. I mean, he's a pretty big guy, but for me, like, I'm only like 120 pounds. So for me to break a coconut, it really takes an incredible amount of, technique to get that to actually work, because physics. Anyway, he's obviously a big guy and all that stuff, but he soon realized that he was trying to fight someone who's even bigger than him. And again, physics. You try to hit someone who's bigger, you better not have gloves, because otherwise it's just pointless. Anyway. The difference between being a master of tricks and a master of actual fighting is just a little bit different. Anyway, so let's get back to this epic book right here, this really good book. It says, coexistence of the visible and the invisible. However, perhaps Taoism can shed some light on this phenomenon. And we were talking about the phenomenon of how it's different, right? Sometimes when you're boxing, suddenly time just moves in a different way than it does in real life, because somehow that lizard brain kicks in, the adrenaline starts pumping in your system, and you are moving towards a target, and you're trying to move away from a target, and things are coming at your face and stuff, and that kind of messes with the general reality that you're living in, because usually you're living in a sort of calm situation, like when you're just sitting there and just reading a book. You're calm, you're not thinking about, am I gonna get knocked out, right? So it just really messes with you. So anyway, let's talk about this a little bit. It says in the book, the yin-yang picture in Taoism explains that the universe is symbolized by a circle. It is made of yang, visible world, and yin, invisible world. Combined, they make the yin-yang. We have to learn both to understand the source of the hidden baggage and see the whole picture. There's more than what meets the eyes. Ever since I began to introduce the 5 branches of Wing Chun in the 1980s, many people have been fascinated by a side of Wing Chun that they have never heard of before. It opened their minds and helped many people recognize and obtain a more thorough knowledge of the vast history, region, people, and techniques from branches of Wing Chun that were previously unknown to them. Most people have a vague familiarity with the history and philosophy of Shaolin Wing Chun, as most of what is known as Wing Chun today in Western world is derived from Shaolin Wing Chun. However, few people are even aware of the existence of Ome Wing Chun, which has an extremely different philosophy from Shaolin Wing Chun. Our particular branch of Ome Wing Chun was passed down from Yen Kai-san and Sam Nung, and has sometimes been referred to as Guangzhou Wing Chun. Oftentimes, the more my friends and students learned about Wing Chun, the more questions arose in their minds because they learned Wing Chun from fictional stories and techniques that only work in movies. Under the popular demand of my students and friends, I want to leave behind a document some of the first-hand information I received from my teacher Sifu, Sam Nung. Therefore, this book focuses on Yinkai-san Sam Nung, branch of Wing Chun. I hope that's legible. Finally, I hope this book can satisfy some of the students from this lineage's thirst for knowledge regarding the unpublished history and philosophy behind our Ome Wing Chun's approach to health and fighting. Anyway, this is going to be the end of this live stream here. We'll get on with the philosophy behind the endless journey of a master in the next episode live stream. And luckily, thanks, because now my very sweet boss, Susan W., is allowing me to do these live streams. I don't have to post this. It'll just automatically get posted to YouTube. And that is an awesome thing. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.